Once upon a time, in a land far, far away. Nah, not like that. I'm only joking. But I am going to tell you a story. It's not your story. It's my story. A story like you've never seen before. But you want a proper story, huh? Then I must tell you something of my people and my land. Then you can see the story and know it. This land began in the beginning. Yulungur, that great water governor, he traveled here. Yulungur made all this land and he made this water and he made this swamp that stretches long and gives us life. I come from a water hole in this land Yulungur made. I was looking like a little fish in my water hole. Then my father come near my water hole. I asked him for my mother. I wanted to be born. My father pointed out one of his wives. That's your mother, he told me. I waited until the right time and I went just like that into her vagina. Then my father had a dream. That dream made him know she had a little one inside her. That little one was me. When I die, I will go back to my water hole. I'll be waiting there like a little fish, waiting to be born again. You didn't know all that, did you? Huh? But it's the true thing. It's always like that for my people. Now we have to find where the story is. The story I'm going to tell you. We have to go back long time. Back to the time of my ancestors. Shh. Listen now. I can hear them. They're coming. My ancestors. This wise-looking one is Minglulu. Then his younger brother Daindy, and then the other ones. Too many names to remember. That one is Jigger. Jigger talked too much, but maybe he heard something. The ancestors are making canoes for goose egg hunting. They cut the barks off the trees, and they talk about women like always. They make fun at Daindi. They know Daindi is liking the young wife of his brother Mingululu. This is first time Daindi hunt the magpie geese. There is many things Daindi never seen before. And there is much for him to learn on this hunting.
Yo, wabar nyanya, wabar mage, mari nyukung miyal, manden mi, nana, benar kan?
Mingululu knows it's true about the wrong feeling of his young brother.
Kini nyarbul kenak, kamoy, may luri, nyara bongo ini.
The men will carry the barks to the swamp. Mingululu will tell Daindi that story to help him live the proper way. It is Mingululu's story for Daindi back then, and it is my story for you now. It is a good story, but you better listen, eh? Maybe you like Daindi. Maybe this story will help you live proper way. And here is that story. It is long, long time ago. Daindi is still a little fish in his waterhole. All the ancestors, that Mingululu, Jigger, and even the old sorcerer, all of them little fish in their waterholes. All their fathers and fathers before that, they still little fish in their waterholes, all over this land, waiting to be born. That's how long ago this time is that we are in now. The time that we see now is after the beginning. It is after the big flood came that covered the whole land. Look at that flood. You can nearly see it. We are so long ago now. It is after Yulungur, great water goanna, named the trees and the birds and the plants and the people. It is after Yulungur gave the old ancestors big ceremony of the Jungwan, which give us the law we all learn. It is after the people learned to live to that law. After then, but a long, long time ago. And in that ancient time, there lived an ancient ancestor. This ancient ancestor was called Ridjimiril. Ridjimiril was a warrior, a proud one. He had wives and children just like we have now. And he followed the law, which is the same law as the law now. The stories of our people are very old. Sometimes they take a long time to tell, days even. Mingululu is telling Daindi some of the story while they carry the bags. Proper trees for canoes grow far away from the swamp. The storytelling must stop for a while. There is more work to do before the men hunt the geese. They must put the barks in the water to soak. One bark already soaked is put on the fire to make it hot and soft. The story of Ridjimiril can go on.
Mình ngaran dalam penatamnya ngaruk mel lorkon yo nyoni jang.
The first wife Ridjimiril had was called Panalunju. Panalunju was wise and she was important.
Mình mà con này mẹ nhớ con mà buang ngang mana ngaran balik.
The bark is almost ready. They must cool it down to make it easier to bend. Daindi learns by watching. That is the way we do it with our people. But we better keep this story going. Number 2 wife of Ridjimiril was called Nawalingo. Nawalingo was a bit of a jealous one, but she had eyes that sometimes flew at other men.
Marin bangkai tempai mial web punya mah.
Nyar penakan mana nak
Ah, that number 3 wife, she was a young one. She was called Munanjar. Munanjar was beautiful one. She was quiet as a sleeping baby. Ridjimiril also had younger brother, just like Daindi was Mingululu's younger brother. Ridjimiril's brother was called Yiralpril. Yiralpril had no wives yet, and none promised. he thought he should have one, and the wife he thought he should have was Munanjar. It was not right to him that his brother had 3 wives, but he himself had none.
Bulyok nyo na jagol payerek ka mial mandin mi penjere khel kamja.
Kanyun benjang ka mangayel madani jagol pan.
Baba ngarjar mel karman na kur kenen ni nyari.
Tiene ngibraren ngar ko gor kranya gi oral nenen ne.
The young man lived in Singleman's camp, away from the mine camp. They lived there to learn the law and man's ways. Yeralpril too lived in the Singleman's camp. Even though it was long walking to Regimental's camp, Yeralpril's eyes could already see that young Munanjar. His mind would wander off to be with her. Sometimes his legs would make his body follow. He thought about how to really see Munanjar. Maybe he would just walk into the camp and pretend another reason.
Mata bang.
But maybe Bonalunju's eye would be too sharp. That day, near the camp, was haircut day. Yeralpril thought maybe he could see Munanjar from a distance. The one who said that joke is Pirinbirin, who lived in the same camp as Regimiril. Pirinbirin had 2 wives and a belly big as a mountain. He was always eating too much, but his favorite thing of all was honey. He would search for it, beg for it, sometimes even steal it. Ah, yes. I nearly forgot that sorcerer. The sorcerer was old and very powerful. He had good magic and bad magic. He lived by himself to keep his magic secret. Now watch carefully, because on this day I'm talking about, something happened. There was a stranger. Maybe that stranger had a right to visit this land. Maybe he had a sacred waterhole there. I don't know anymore. The story is too old. But that stranger had not signaled that he was coming. He had the smell of someone very dangerous.
kurkavalan baningangan, kurkamara banang gardong, wabalan me jalan kurka gardong wa.
Are, belengar kerinye. Kurbangun belengara.
The stranger spoke language Ridjimiril could not understand very well.
Kira ruwene jiban. Uyel kirban kurbulle. Wurp marge. Wurp kap marge. Lalle ruwene jiban. Mana? Belengar manjen kuyung re. Mulkara. Jelle. Laiken marge.
When they knew this stranger was part of magic, the bones of the man were shaking. They did not trust this stranger with the covered prick. He was not carrying anything to trade. Now you can see the canoes are nearly done. Only one bark is left to do. Now then they can learn what happened with his ancestors. Some of the ancients wanted to kill this stranger, but Ridjimiril didn't want to start a war. The stranger was given food to show respect. Soon he would be gone, but the bad feeling about him stayed behind. Far away, the sorcerer was listening in his mind. He heard the man talking about that stranger. The sorcerer came through the bush to the man. He made him listen to him. He warned them about the magic. It's not wise to leave shit just lying there. A sorcerer can do things with it. When the branches rub in the wind, it makes a sore throat.
Chile palma, puyo nak daren mit.
Junggoy mabacan makmunin.
Man makon mulcim ko yana kaman, yana kamulcim ko krema yana kabala gamban.
Bujur win bentul mul sih.
Chino ri ne un yu ri jama un bala japang ri pemban. Yo, maer golf me. Man makaya kanya por marwar ngole gerbala jaban.
Ada bicara mencegam jam kemudiannya. Bicara banjirnya.
Yo.
Chino ri je Mariol jimon ri jaman me. Yol je.
Then the sorcerer got himself ready. He looked all around the camp. He looked everywhere for any magic that stranger left behind. After a long time, he was finished.
No, may na kin gor lacho arpam gor be lacho arpam garai arpam.
The men are happy to go in the swamp. It's hard for Daindi. It's his first time to pull the canoe. Listen to the man honking like this. Daindi, scared of crocodiles. At first, nothing bad happened to Rijimiril and his people after the stranger left. Life for the ancient ancestors passed as it always did, as it had since the beginning. Rijimiril's wives behaved like wives always do.
Leo ko di kajaman. Ano ito kajaman malabala niya. Margana mere. Ya kara ke jalti bala niya umala. Yo. Na mer na tuai.
Biren behaved like himself.
Lagi orang bayar, kalau punya orang ni kaiban. Cara agar kali ni, beri ni cara orang.
Awade ka chiko ko ngonya kana bo ka chika ngora jal ka chwe.
Boleh ni, cara apa kalau kau? Oh, pulang itu ni cara orang marke, apa kalau kau markar?
Ngole na purno ngoda jotton. Mon gor ni mer kita yidi tena kondi tong na mer ci jot tur ka chwe.
Ada ni kelek, nak kaya mai kaya.
Rijimiril went hunting.
Nak kaya pun.
Na kur de mawanden. Yung to madu kawangan ngetam.
And the women went to get food, chattering like magpies. The single men suddenly went bush. They seen Biren coming.
Koi, boleh jalan kaki, jangan berjam aja.
Ini melkale.
Mana mereka yang paling kreme.
Ayo.
Oh, jangan berjalan, jangan berjam aja.
Picha bele ngara ko nyere ka dole. Bel bo ko nyama ko ko na mere. Bye ngo. Bala ya bini mala do ma. Bye ngo ngai ni no ma. Kala ko. Amil nya ngara ni ka.
Nawalingo went with her friends to be away from Banalinju.
Na pag na ba ko mala ka bona me. Mana. Mang wala ke mang wangan mana pan mere. Mo ka wala mo wangan kay mere mo. Bye mo. Mara ko na wangan ko mala nama. Na ben gengen mo wangan gengen.
And Biren was making spearheads, singing a happy honey song. Yiralpril is trying to be tricky.
Wala. Suele mo le kamar sa kay go. Ang le kana ho. Martian.
Bukul kum ni. Kau tu bukul markap kan ni. Ni begini panas ni. Ni bre. Dah lagi markap kan dalam. Ni gol tu. Dah lagi nak panas markap kan macam.
With all his family behaving like they always do, now we know why Richie Muriel went hunting. But that Richie Muriel was still a hard worker for his 3 wives. He was always trying to be fair and nice to all of them.
Mai punya gua kursi nengen. Aku punya barang gila.
Even sometimes to the younger one. Can you hear all them gumang that Macbeth is? Soon they will go on way to hunt geese and collect the eggs. Dandy will go with Mingululu to learn the swamp and hear more story. And this story is now growing like a young tree that is flowering for the first time. Back in that long ago time, maybe someone done the wrong thing. Or maybe the spirits were angry for no reason. But in a way it was, the lives of the ancients were about to change. That second wife of Richie Muriel, she just disappeared, like she flew away with the keys. The men sat down to talk about what maybe happened to her.
Marian Jamen. Cek kalur pulai Marian Gurman.
Barbaranya dalam ya.
arke ngi nunjure me ang kami galalop me ni ang kami kune kai me kai pining bi me nghe dành cho mình mà
jangan kurman aja. Jangan kurman.
mara jan gorman
nakang golke lem gorpana ngayel wuriyen rejemerel kong meyal nawalengo gorien mari jolal wanjien ka jenma banyane panelonjo manajar belak ngerele
Time passed. Life without Nawalingo became normal, even to Rijimidril. But then everything changed again. And our uncle come to visit.
Bokol pane ngari argo pen kandar mur ngari jogo me wan gora ngari bacan beja ngari bome kar nyame ma nalo ngokan ma ka uno ko ngolon bor yuri nyalo ka belak yol nge uno ko me nyen nalo ngokar nyame ba anar gwa kar randrane pan ben
Rijimidril was right. Nawalingo was with that stranger. The uncle's eyes had seen it themselves. The men decided to get Nawalingo back.
Tinjung ke, tinjung nyerpane.
Mayo ne lemkan makan
Ah, marangara kan makan apa?
jadi jar mayo Pernah janji lembar kan ya
Tinjal balam makan.
janji lembar makan benar ne marka ngalim janji lembar kan yol nge Brok mar
So the ancients made everything ready to send out a war party. Everybody was ready for war. The men talked about the planning.
Jalan gue lemar kapan?
Waba, dale vale.
Bet ni aja nama belum kau berjalan. Kita pala kali ini. Orang yang ada jurap pernah malu. Kama kare mang dalu kabri ni pininya. Almi kele mana nak meyal lemuru galan mak. Baru mandilim kage. Kalau ana jana jaka ngane. Nyone.
Yang menyana mana wer mial Gerald April-nya.
Parak, mare, kuluk madarak, meyal, yota, tujuan kak,
Nyenok.
berkan madarak, jangan meyal, ganyan manyar para bagaimana, ada mana ke, meyal kuer ke ini, mare, wo jamemak, kamu nunggu jamemak, Gerald pare, meyal kuer, anke,
Adar makan email.
Ini ya ngadi bu. Bagaimana yang ngau ngadi bu. Kau dah dalu kibin nak kan.
I have to tell you something more about my people. If a man gets killed or dies, then his younger brother looks after dead man's wives. They become wives of his younger brother. That's why Yiralpril could not go. Only the young boys was left in single man's camp. Yiralpril's mind began to wander. Pretty soon, his body followed. He was thinking, with all the men gone, maybe he could come closer to Munanjar. But he didn't reckon with Panalunja.
Kacuanden. Nadali kana de marche. Ngoni mial kurmala dangang baru mara. Wanden.
Daindi thinks about Yiralpril and Munanjar. Their destinies were like butterflies in the air. They could go here, they could go there. Even the soft wind could change their direction forever. The men must sleep on the swamp while they're hunting. It's too far to go back all the time. But normal camp is not possible. There's too many crocodiles and not enough dry land. The men must be cooking and eating and sleeping in the trees, on platforms they're building. Up there in the branches, they will be safe. Daindi will soon find out what happened to War Party. Everyone came back safe. Not one angry spear was thrown.
Korop ngunda binyanga na kawrinya binyanyere. Mol korop agrale jamur jene.
Iya.
Kau nomor nyone. Amban ni mel korop ngol benin nyanga ne. Ya mbula pelong nge ngono wa ni.
Yo.
Wala ngono pala jamirin mel knale ngonye. Kam ngambul jene kapula jere kremban. Kaban metin nyanga. Gimana kayo makacay nabag ni? Makanoy? Alar. Pero kaya pala bimo. Kaya bimo. Iba na bimo nunca wala. Ada kaya nabi ka? Kume bene wa. Nyalong mial ka gorman. Nangaling ukan. Yen wilian ma ngarukun mial Ragorman nyalu yul ngoy.
There was nothing Rigimiril could do. No one believed him anymore. He became quiet and angry and sad. He was possessed by a bad spirit, like his proper soul been taken away from him. The trouble Rigimiril had was only just beginning. The bad spirit that lived in his head escaped. That bad spirit made biggest trouble of all.
Wani jina mafnyal bla jalan berpare jakayo cul cuma. Jalan berpare ini bre. Berjalan yang kuatin me.
Wer. Kau cakap mereka nyambung ke?
Udah ni berpare berbalas ni jaga. Jalan raya le.
Ulpa lagi ngapain curian? Paling jarak men.
Hai. Pergi berjalan mana? Pergi berjalan. Jangan yang lu ni orang kaya pun le. Oi! Ada! Mana kau yang ni ada? Kapan belum ni cari? Jalan kerja.
Apa aja kan? Kayak nyarikan kamu. Tahu palingan mana kan? Angker mana ke? Jergung aja ya, mil temar ke? Alma mama ya. Ini sama.
Kerja.
Yo. Gimana?
Orang berkir mana? Orang bercara. Oh, ngarik. Oh, jangan mau je kabar cakap ngarik. Jangan jawab aja.
Bayangap. Mana Nabi ke?
Tolong kita bawa zaman me.
Anak kamu pai Nabi ke?
Jalan kerja ban.
Awak kan?
Mor punya mereka kor boleh.
Hah? Itu kulihat kan? Kalau kurang kerja le. Kenapa kerja kan?
Nanjele.
Kulihat kan?
Mak. Mana kita berada di jalan jalan kerja ban.
Lah, kung gabri ko mal ke. Kung gabri ngar kon kapal ngari. Sama.
Cara orang orang.
Lah.
Mal kerja. Per.
Karain.
Jangan jangan deh.
Kaki.
Harus jangan deh. Per.
Jangan nyoy bocyo nyar penelaman guru menanjar ka Gerald pen.
Daindi is impatient to hear what will happen to the young ones. But the story is growing into a large tree now, with branches everywhere. All the parts of the story have to be told for proper understanding.
Mokol mengenai bomik.
Mingulu keeps going on the same branch.
WhatsApp mokol.
Those two ancestors, Rijimiril and Birin, done the wrong thing when they tried to hide the body. They didn't hide that body well enough.
hame nyuna rawo ngumbume ye tini nyungu pibijara nyun jit chama yeme nyuna rawo ngumbume
Rajan Jerman kudu jawab mak. Dalo karane. Jangan karan. Wah. Kanyanya lo kini. Dir palma. Yo jangan jen. Nyal kini dir palma. Tangar. Armar kian ah. Ya kata kungjen na Ya lo kung berin kung dir pal. Ka ngaruan margor. Ang bulkin. Kuringin nuri palma. Kuringin argopal kanya kaitan argopal. Gujara.
nyuna rabo mongo mai rawang wei nyuna rabo me wei rawang
Ay raya me. Ay.
wona rabo me
At first, that stranger didn't believe Richie Mitterrell. But Richie Mitterrell would not change his words. The only thing to do was follow the law.
makara sabon lam yespa kira kange yo nyana bo me
Richie Mitterrell could not refuse Makarata
mingare
payback ceremony,
makarata
where the stranger and his men could throw spears at him until he got hit.
yo tinum gorbe nen ngun
As the two groups worked out the Makarata,
ngolo
Richie Mitterrell knew he was in a danger he couldn't get away from.
der palbe
Night is coming to the three platforms. The men sit near their little fires. The smoke helps to keep the mosquitoes away. They talk about the hunting. There's lots of kumang eggs this year. The telling of the destiny of Richie Mitterrell must wait until night becomes empty of black. Now it is morning. The men go out to do more hunting of kumang and their eggs. Mingululu wants to know if Daindi has learned anything yet. Daindi say only thing he learned is Mingululu take long time to tell the story. Mingululu answers, a good story must have proper telling. Back then, all that time ago, it was also a time of goose egg gathering. Payback, Makarata, was to be this time, far across the other side of the swamp. Richie Mitterrell was heavy in his heart. This time, Yiralpril could go to lend his spirit to his older brother. The wives were afraid they'll never see a husband again. Birin could not go. He was too fat to cross the swamp in a canoe.
Na, koko. Ibu kan polisnya. Lagi ni yung orangnya. Try kerban. Kerban.
It was a bad time. As the men went out to cross the swamp, they were thinking of what Ridjimiril had to face. Maybe that strangest mob could throw the spears good and straight. Then Ridjimiril would have a spear right through him pretty soon. But that was the law. Ridjimiril knew that law. He knew it was the way of his people. He knew the people needed the law, so they could stay living right way with the right land. And he knew he'd broken the law. Without the Makarata, there would be a bad war between the two tribes. There was no turning back.
Serius Kal.
Yamu wa. Ta chon bar goma. Li yor kal. Ma. Wa. Taret tanel kurpanak.
Mingullo tells Daindi that Ridjimiril needed Makarata partner, someone who would face the spears with him. The other tribe was satisfied whichever one got speared. It was dangerous thing to be Makarata partner. He could get speared instead of Ridjimiril. Yiralpril knew it and waited his time.
Ridjimiril kanyalo kamak. Makarata el. Kamari yun ka mungon jenan. Hindi bukor ko nge.
Mok. Marah ka mak.
Wala ka nge.
Mari yan may kaya ko malakas kalwa.
Mundur niya umrek nge.
Yiralpril argued with the men. If he couldn't have any wives, or he couldn't have Munanjar, he might as well be spared or dead. Finally, Ridjimiril agreed. The goose egg hunters come together to eat. Daindi is proud of his hunting. Mingulolo will go on with the story when they are eating. We can't wait that long because it was time for Makarata spears to start flying. Ridjimiril and Yiralpril danced like ghosts between the spears. They danced so hard they were nearly invisible. The spears seemed to be passing right through them. The warriors from the other tribe threw their spears until their arms were getting tired. That's how hard those two brothers were dancing. Rigimiril was not a ghost. His legs were human, and one spear too many came flying. The goose egg hunting is nearly over for now, but there is still some of the story left for me to tell you. That one spear too many had hit Rigimiril right in his guts. He was injured all right, but not so bad that he should die. The other tribe, they were satisfied. The law had been followed. Justice had been done.
Arnyong ora yul raname. Tena bachije gertada yembat.
Rigimiril still believed it was the stranger who took Nawalingo. It made him too proud to let the men carry him back. He wanted to show the stranger and his own men he was strong and angry. But he was not strong enough to pole all the way across the swamp. And the blood that was leaving his body made him too weak to walk by himself. Vanalunju knew the leaves to use to make the wound better. She knew what to get to make her husband stronger. The men are near the end of the journey. Dayindi is now interested in all the story. He waits to hear what happened to Rigimiril. Rigimiril did not get stronger. In his weakness, he called out to Nawalingo to bring him water. But Nawalingo didn't come. A bad spirit took over Rigimiril's body. He did not have the strength to fight it off. That stranger's tribe might have used some sorcery. Maybe on the spear there was some sorcery. Or maybe on Rigimiril himself. And there is only one way to fight sorcery.
Baik, boleh ban. Dia keluar bapa. Boleh jumpa jangan ada. Lebih laikan malah.
The sorcerer could do no more. He was overcome by great sadness. people know. See, they know. They come out of the bush from everywhere. They come for Regimeteril. And see how Regimeteril makes one very big effort. Maybe his last effort. Slowly he gets up. And look at him get up while he's still got the strength. Slowly he walks to the middle of the space in the camp. And there, near the fires, so that everyone can see, Regimeteril begins to dance. His own death dance. Soon the clapsticks will join in, and the didgeridoo, and then singing. Here the clapsticks start. And now it's the didgeridoo. As Regimeteril dances his own death dance. He is becoming weaker. But see how he keeps dancing until all his strength will be gone. Now he's getting tired. Now his strength is finished, and he lies down on the ground. Now the warriors finish the death dance for Regimeteril. Regimeteril is waiting for them to start singing again. He wants them to sing his death song for him, so that all his fathers will know that he's dying and come to him. starting to sing. You think he might be dead, but he's only waiting for his singing. See? See him move his hand like his brown Pathan Tatum? See his foot move? That's to show he is listening. That is going to die, and he's telling his people. Now he is lying there. His heart is still beating, but he's already dead. Look, look, our grandfather gone into his heart to help get his soul out of there. Even his heart is still now. But he wants them to keep singing a bit longer to help him find his ancestors. Then they must prepare him for his journey. They are painting the design of his waterhole on him. That means his spirit can find its way back to its waterhole. It will wait there to be born again. Now they are chasing his soul away, because sometimes it doesn't want to leave. And there it goes on its journey.
Pun jangan mah, najap melan.
Badak. Wer ni jat nya jangon.
Daindi is learning one important thing for his life. He's learning to be patient. But you're impatient to see the rest of the story, huh? I know that. So I'll tell you what happened. Rijimirul's soul was just gone to his waterhole.
Ngayon, yan pwede niya man guru.
Ayo. Ginungo borene golki munyan nagurpan kabolo jinin bulanene
Pandang kami kagak pernah deh.
prak prak prak
It was not the stranger who took Nalimu, and she did not run away. It was that Cross River mob took her. They traded her to a desert tribe far away. She escaped from them and took nearly a season to walk all the way back. And now her husband was dead. The men had to show they were warriors. They made a lot of noise about going to war against Cross River mob. But inside their heads, it was not like that. They were happy when Biren Biren come to talk to them.
Kere palam ko bije. Manam ga yor palam marben me. Reje me kain. Ajele palam ko bije.
There were days and months of ceremony of the dead. All the proper things were done. At last, the spirit of the dead man was proper back where his belonging was. The men are getting close to home. Daindi knows the story is nearly at its end. Some of the men go back to their own tribe. Maybe they meet again next ceremony. Or maybe next season of goose egg gathering. Finally, Yiralpril could be with Munanjara.
Benda bara, mel kana bara nyame.
Kenapa lah? Ngajak pian nila ka
Naway.
rale. Ya kan ngajak pian nila ka
Ako na ko ang tanmi.
Mara dong dong udah orang ngomong marci. Ya ka. Mari punya kena ka bang ada. Ya kamu nyutuk kan nila.
Oh, apa lagi yang kedua?
Udah
Yang kedua gini. Ebe.
And finally, Daindi had the end of the story. It was not what he expected.
Melayu,
and they all lived happily ever after. No, I don't know what happened after that. Maybe that Dainty found a wife. Maybe he didn't. It was like that for my people. But now you've seen my story. It's a good story. Not like your story, but a good story all the same.